You're listening to Here to Chew Bubblegum, recorded from a secret location in the city that moves mountains.
Greetings.
We come in peace.
How's it going today, Cronkite?
Well, I'm here to chew some bubble gum.
Well, good. I am here to chew some bubble gum myself.
Well, good.
How's the week been going for you?
That's been going all right. How's about yours?
It's good. It's good. It's been really good.
Up there in the high ups in the cookie factory.
Yeah, right.
Telling us.
You can be right there too if you're more dedicated.
Telling us young, this
Young
generation how to do our jobs.
Yeah.
We know more about. We've forgotten more about our jobs than you ever would know.
Yeah, sure. You know, if you just applied yourself a little bit better, you could be management material too.
I apply myself plenty.
No, you don't.
I do.
The only thing you apply is sunscreen when you go out in the sun.
That's not true.
Yes, it is.
That's not. I don't apply sunscreen.
I saw you in the locker room the other day putting sunscreen on.
That's lotion for my elbows.
Oh, okay.
And my hands. They get dried out.
Well, then what were you doing to your knees?
Oh, yeah. My knees get dried out, too.
Oh, okay.
Why would I have sunscreen on my knees?
I don't know. Why did you?
See, now the people know you are just like the government and you're lying.
No, I'm not.
Every chance.
You want to tell us about something coming up July 31st in downtown Pikeville, Kentucky?
Well, sure. July 31st, the Pikeville Comic and Toy Con at the Appalachian Wireless Arena. You can visit their website for more information, pikevillecomiccon.net, and they also have a Facebook page, or you can contact the eStore Comic and Tech Shop on Facebook, or call 606-263-4946. We're going to be there.
Yes,
we're
we are.
doing some shows. We're going to be talking to some people. We're going to be doing the whole spiel. So you're going to be able to hear ear candy and sight candy because we're going to have some cameras and stuff.
Ear candy and sight candy.
Yep, that's it.
Well, couldn't it be ear and eye candy?
No, it's going to be sight candy.
Sight candy.
Yeah.
Because you have to be on site to be sighted.
Yes.
Okay. That makes a lot of sense.
I'm glad it did to you.
Okay. You want to go ahead and start out with some email?
Sure. Ratliff says, great show last week, guys. I know this has been asked before, but I can't remember what you said and don't know what episode it was to re-listen to. Other than the Pikeville Comic and Toy Con, what other events, festivals will you be attending this year? I'll listen for your answer.
So far, that is the definite one. Mm-hmm. Depending on the status of the Little Green Man Festival or Little Green Men Festival, we may make an appearance there if we can work it out. Hopefully next year we'll be at a lot more events.
Yes. Well, I mean, I think all the festivals has kind of caught everybody off guard, especially us. We didn't fully expect everything to ramp back up as quick as it did.
Definitely. Pete the Poet says, hey, Goose and Cronkite, it's rhyme time. Use the following phrase and make a rhyme. Cronkite, you go first. And the phrase is, if I had a nickel for each silly thing I said, I could paint the world in silver and still have money left.
I have to rhyme that?
Yeah.
Hang on. Let me write that down.
Okay. If I had a nickel.
If I had a nickel.
For each silly thing I said.
For each silly thing I said.
I could paint the world in silver and still have some money left. So Pete the Poet wants us to rhyme.
You want to go?
No, he actually says use the following phrase and make a rhyme. Cronkite, you go first.
Okay, but this is going to take me a minute.
Okay. If I had a nickel for each silly thing I said, I could paint the world in silver and still have money left and go to bed.
No, you have to rhyme the whole sentence.
Well, no, he didn't say that. He said make it rhyme, so your last word to rhyme would be left. If I had a nickel for each silly thing I said, I could paint the world in silver and still have money left. What rhymes with left? And I wouldn't have to make a theft.
If I had a nickel for each silly thing I said, I could paint the world in silver and red. There we go.
Oh, that one's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, that was a good one.
Now your turn.
See, but you rhymed said and red.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. If I had a nickel for each silly thing I said, I could paint the world in silver and still have some money left. You could call me Fred.
There you go.
So,
all right.
Thank you, Pete the Poet. Let me go ahead and go next here.
All right.
Here to Chew Bubblegum for Life says, hey, Goose, Cronkite, and the rest of the gang. I just wanted to say that I love the roundtable shows. They are great. When can we expect the next one? Very soon.
Yes.
Go ahead with yours.
Kevin says, first, let me say that this isn't a joke. Do you or any of your listeners have any ideas, design pics, drawings, research, or schematics of a time machine? If so, send me your designed time travel or machine to my email, kr024420 @gmail.com.
Why is your face turning red?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Yep. So send those to him at kr022 or 024420 @gmail.com, and then also send them to Cronkite at Here to Chew Bubblegum.
Well, there you go. My last one, Dixon09 says, hey, Goose and Cronkite, have you guys thought about starting a Patreon account? It would be good for you guys and the show, Roswell. Cronkite, you want to answer that one?
We've talked about it. We've
Yeah.
never really come up with anything.
No, but we may in the future.
Sure.
Again, I want to thank everyone for writing in. You can always call, text, or leave a voicemail by calling 606-373-3396, or you can email us.
Goose at heretochewbubblegum.com or Cronkite at heretochewbubblegum.com. You can email the show, heretochewbubblegum at yahoo.com, whatever you want to in the subject line.
Yes. Are we alone in the universe?
No.
The greater Cincinnati has a long history of UFO sightings. Are you aware of this?
Yes.
The Pentagon, along with other federal agencies, is expected to release a report on unidentified flying objects this month that includes detailed analysis of UFO data as well as plans to centralize future data collection. Flying disc or bright light? What do you think?
It's a disc and a light because there's a light on the front of the disc.
The term UFO was coined by the United States Air Force in 1952 and is reference to aerial phenomenon that cannot be immediately identified. Public interest in UFOs first took off after private pilot Kenneth Arnold reported seeing 9 flying saucers while searching for a Marine Corps transport plane that was thought to have crashed alongside the side of Mount Rainier in Washington in June of 1947. Many of those who have encountered UFOs locally described a similar metallic saucer or disc. The saucers, which are usually seen at night or before sunrise, are seen zigzagging across the sky. Sometimes those objects beam lights from underneath. Decades later, the greater Cincinnati residents continued to report sightings of UFOs with different descriptions. It hung up in the sky to the east, and to the naked eye, it appeared to be a bright light. Through binoculars, it seemed to have a hazy blue light around it, said Everett Smith of Walnut Hills. Let's see. The Cincinnati Enquirer, that's their newspaper, also said that 4 others watched UFOs for 25 minutes, adding it would occasionally fade and then reappear. One report of a UFO is often not an isolated experience. Police stations and other agencies have received multiple calls of unidentified objects within a few weeks or even a 24-hour period, according to the newspaper. UFO sightings continue today in the greater Cincinnati area. From January 1st, 2016 to January 1st, 2021, there were 120 UFO sightings reported to the Mutual UFO Network, also known as MUFON.
Wow, that's a lot.
Ohio is the 10th highest number of UFO sightings of any state in the country, with a total of 4,115 total sightings from 2001 to 2015, according to 24/7 Wall Street.
I'd be interested to know who the top 9 are.
We'll have to look that up and put that information out there. I just think it's really cool that you've got Cincinnati just straight across from Kentucky that has all those sightings. Now, you need to ask yourself, why do they have sightings there? There's a huge airport there. And then there's also a military base close to there.
Well, Dayton is only an hour and a half north.
Yeah, so, you're talking about
Wright-Patterson Air Force
Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, yeah. The city of Cincinnati is no stranger to UFO studies. In May, MUFON announced that it was moving back to the headquarters after leaving for California in 2013. Dave McDonald, MUFON's executive director and president of Flamingo Air, has been investigating UFO sightings since 2007. According to McDonald, MUFON was created in response to the Air Force decision to shut down Project Blue Book. The project, which was also headquartered at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, investigated a total of 12,618 UFO sightings from 1947 to 1969. Ultimately, the project's findings were none of the UFOs studied presented any threat to national security, and none of the unidentified sightings represented advanced technology, and that there was no evidence that these sightings were attributable to extraterrestrial life. Do you buy that?
No.
I don't either. However,
go ahead.
Some remain skeptical about Project Blue Book's findings, given that the Air Force was unable to identify 701 of the reporting sightings.
I don't think they exactly meant harm or anything like that, but at the same time, I do believe that they knew something was going on. I believe they found out what was happening.
Well, yeah, and I totally agree with you. Now, you mentioned Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, and there's been a lot of secrecy at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base. Do you think if this government report does come out at the end of the month, if they don't redact it, or if they put out what Congress is told, do you think we'll have any explanations to what is at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base?
I don't think there's anything there now.
I still think that they still lead the way in certain alien technology.
Well, now, don't get me wrong. They there for a while. That's where everything went.
Yes,
but I don't think there's anything there now. I don't think that it is a headquarters, if you will. I think they have a secret base somewhere because Area 51 is so public knowledge now, and Wright-Patterson is public knowledge. I think there's another one somewhere.
That what the American people don't know about?
Yes.
Do you think it would be underground?
It's possible. It's possible. And, you really wouldn't need it to be an Air Force base to study extraterrestrials.
No, you wouldn't. It's just, it's very interesting. Dayton's like 5 hours away from us, 4 hours away from us.
Yeah.
And you've got all that stuff. From Roswell to other crashes, have all this stuff has been taken to the Wright-Patterson Air Force Base.
Oh, yeah.
There has to be a reason why it's all been taken there. Do you not agree?
I agree. Yeah, definitely. And there's been several documentaries on that. 1947. That's where that supposed that crash was taken.
Right.
And maybe it's just at the time that was the largest facility that could accompany what they needed. But I don't know. It would be interesting to know why the air base plays such a large role in UFOs.
Definitely. I definitely agree with you. I see you have some. Do you have a story there in front of us you want to share with us?
I do. So we've talked about in the past how we think that Hitler didn't die the way that history says he died.
I don't think he did.
So this is how the CIA found Hitler alive in Colombia in 1954. The agency was told about a man with a very familiar face who lived in an ex-SS community where he was called the Fuhrer and given Nazi salutes. These files are now declassified. Declassified CIA reports claim that about a man being Hitler living in Colombia in the 1950s. So it kind of goes like, let's see. Philip Citron, a former SS officer, told agents a man called Adolf Schuttelmeyer was living in the town of Tunja, about 85 miles north of Bogota, among a group of former Nazis in 1954. Citron said the man called Schuttelmeyer the Fuhrer gave him Nazi salutes and afforded him stormtrooper adulation. He even provided a photograph showing a man with a strong likeness of Hitler. Citron said Hitler left Colombia in January of 1955 and moved to Argentina. Citron claims that to have visited the town while working for the railroad company, where he was introduced to a man who strongly resembled and claimed to be Adolf Hitler. Citrin claimed to have met this individual at a place called Residences Coloniales, which, according to the source, overly populated with former German Nazis. According to Citrin, the Germans residing in Tunja followed this alleged Adolf Hitler with an ideology or idolization. I'll call it
Idolization.
They idled him.
There
That's what we're going to go for.
Idolized him.
Yeah, they idolized him of a Nazi past, addressing him as Elder Fuhrer, and according to him, the Nazi salute and stormtrooper adulation. Citrin even showed agents a photograph of him standing next to him, and with strong resemblance of Hitler. Agents wrote the story into an informal memo. The documents show, but largely dismissed it as a fanciful rumor. But in 1955, a second man, identified only by his code name of Samlody 3, Samlody.
Samlody.
Yeah. Cimelody. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong, and I apologize. Approached agents with the same story, which he said Citrin related to his friend. We'll call him CL, Samlody. CL said Citrin by that time was living in Venezuela and claimed to be in contact with Hitler around once a month on his regular visits to Colombia while working for the KNSM Royal Dutch Shipping Company. CL also provided agents with a photograph purporting to show Citrin and Hitler, who was named on the back of the image as Adolf Schuttelmeyer. According to CL, Adolf left Colombia in 1955 for Argentina, though he doesn't know exactly where. Doesn't say exactly where he went to. I've got these Hitler conspiracy theories.
Now, was this the one that these became declassified through the? There were some JFK files that was declassified. Is that where these came out at? Because there's some more like that are similar. They may be the same ones that I've read before on blackvault.com. To where some of the recent JFK files that were declassified a few years ago, some of this stuff came out.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
You actually have the picture there?
Of Adolf.
Yeah, okay.
So some of the Hitler conspiracy theories, body doubles, tunnels, U-boats, blah, blah, blah. While most historians accept that Hitler killed himself in 1945, theories of escape abound. Almost the moment Berlin fell to the Allies on the morning of April 30th, 1945, Hitler shot himself in the head in his bunker in Berlin, and newlywed wife Eva Braun killed herself with cyanide. That afternoon, their bodies were brought to the garden outside, where they were doused in petrol and burned. While the majority of historians agree on this version of events, theories that Hitler actually escaped and lived out his life elsewhere have abounded since the Second World War ended. One of the first to put forward the theory was Marshal Giorgio Zucco, who was present when the instrument of surrender was signed in Berlin, who spoke out in 1945 to say that Hitler could have flown away at the last moment. Since his various teams of investigators have tried to give credence to the theory, according to British authors, in their book 2011, The Grey Wolf, The Escape of Adolf, they argue Adolf and Eva used body doubles to fake their suicides before fleeing to a bunker for a waiting aircraft, which took them to Denmark. From there, the pair returned to Germany before ending up in Spain, where fascist dictator General Franco loaded them on a plane to the Canary Islands. A German U-boat then took them to Argentina, where the historians claim that the two had children before Hitler died in 1962 of natural causes. Another writer, Argentinian Abel Basti, also claimed the pair escaped to Argentina via Spain and a submarine moored in the Canary Islands. However, Basti believes that Hitler died in South America in 1971, is buried in a secret bunker in the city of Ascension underneath what is now a hotel.
So he's buried underneath a hotel.
That's what the Argentinian believes.
And when did it say he died? What year?
Well, this first one says he died in 1962. The next one says he died in 1971. Of course, we've heard he died in the 1980s.
Yeah, like 1981.
Yeah.
Or 82, I think.
So former CIA operative Bob Barrett and Ted Kennedy, a U.S. Special Forces sergeant who was involved in the capture of al-Qaeda leaders Osama bin Laden and Abu al-Zarqawi, took on the subject for the History Channel earlier this year. One document they uncovered from British intelligence claims that Hitler was flown out of the German capital by Luftwaffe pilot Peter Baumgart the day before he purportedly took his own life. The pair also found evidence of a previously unknown fifth exit from the bunker, which led to the area large enough for a makeshift runway. Another document reveals an SS officer claiming to have seen Hitler in Denmark shortly after changing planes to his final destination. Meanwhile, in Argentina, evidence surfaced of a military-style compound where Hitler may have stayed for his after his arrival. The Fuhrer had plans for the Fourth Reich centered in the South American country, according to Bayer. After speaking with CL, agents decided to write the information into a formal report, which was sent to their superiors as of possible interest. However, the report was accompanied by another letter which says, "It is felt that enormous efforts could be expended on this matter with remote possibilities of establishing anything concrete. Therefore, we suggest that this matter be dropped." Thousands of Nazis are believed to have fled to South Africa after the collapse of the Third Reich, including Joseph Mengele, Auschwitz Angel of Death, and Adolf Eichmann, the architect of the Holocaust. Or maybe it was Eichmann. The routes they took became known as the Rat Lines, which generally led to either Spain or Italy, where fascist sympathizers were able to smuggle them out to South America. Paraguay, Colombia, Brazil, Uruguay, Mexico, Guatemala, Chile, Ecuador, and Bolivia are known to have housed former members of Hitler's regime. However, Argentina is the best known for destination for former Nazis, as President Juan Perón was a known sympathizer of Hitler and actively sought to rescue members from his regime from Europe. In the Alpine-themed town of Bariloche, Argentina, they even felt secure enough to recreate Hitler's holiday home. Excuse me. They even felt comfortable enough to recreate Hitler's holiday home. The home, along with plentiful Nazi artifacts uncovered there over the years, has led to many believe that Hitler himself visited, though nobody has provided proof. Since in South Africa, the Nazis were provided with blank identity documents that allowed them to assume new lives, often in barbed wire ringed settlements away from prying eyes. So Argentina's government were protecting them.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think there's more proof that he's alive in that declassified document than the proof that they had that he shot himself and was set on fire and buried, after he died.
I agree. I agree. Once in South America, the Nazis were provided with... Oh, I'm sorry, I've already read that part. That was the case for Paul Schaefer, a one-eyed Nazi soldier who had reinvented himself as a charismatic pastor after 1945, who lived in a community called Colonial Dignidad in Chile. Behind barbed wire and watchtowers, Nazis believed he had built an Aryan utopia, but in fact he had created his own slave colony where he abused the children of those who followed him. Eichmann and Mengele both lived openly in Bariloche, though the former was discovered by the Israeli Secret Service in 1960, subsequently kidnapped and put on trial and executed. Mengele managed to flee, however, and lived out the rest of his life in Brazil, where he died of a stroke in 1979 at 67.
Now, see, that's the I think that's what the same file that I read, says. And stroke.
There's also,
but I think it was like 1980 or 81.
So that's the thing is like, they know that these other Nazis were there.
Yes,
and they know that they lived out their own lives. Like Joseph Mengele died at 67 of a stroke. Why do we not consider the fact that why isn't that not considered a fact that Hitler could have been there?
Right.
There was even a photograph of a man that looked just like Hitler there.
Yeah. I mean,
they created his mansion,
and like I said, there's more proof in that than the original story.
Yeah.
Because you had no eyewitnesses, and we've talked about on the show before how they verified it was him. You had a dental assistant that hand drew what she remembered was his teeth, and that's what they compared it to.
Right.
So who's to say that somebody didn't tell her? I mean, first, that's a really bad way to identify somebody. Second, What if somebody told her, no, you need to do this, draw this,
I find it hard to believe that a narcissist like Hitler killed himself.
Same here.
I find it hard to believe that they didn't have a backup plan, because you look at the way the war went.
Yes.
They had a plan for everything.
Yes. Yes.
I find that very hard to believe.
And I'm right there with you. I totally believe and get what you're saying. We're going to take a break. We're going to have Ned said. We're not going to have Elliot's articles this week. Do you know why?
Why's that?
Because we're going to have a special clip from the new podcast, The Spooky Family.
All right.
Elliot, Gertie, and Beagle.
Okay.
And then we'll come back. You're listening to Here to Chew Bubblegum. I'm Goose.
I'm Cronkite.
We'll see you back here in just a few.
Somewhere out there you'll find me. Someday you'll see just who I am.
It's now time for Ned Said on Here to Chew Bubblegum.
Your stomach thinks all potatoes are smashed.
Take a lighter look into the darker side of the world. Join Elliot, Gertie, and Beagle as they jump into the dark abyss of hauntings, serial killers, conspiracy plots, and beyond. The Spooky Family Podcast premieres July 1st, wherever you find and listen to quality podcasts. Elliot, Gertie, and Beagle, take it away.
Thank you very much, Chris Christopherson. Is that his name? I've never learned his name.
I've never talked to him other than saying hello or goodbye.
Yeah, I know. We should probably, if he's going to be in our house, we should probably get to know him.
When he stares at me at night,
it creeps me out.
It's a little uncomfortable.
But he's really good at turning the fan on and off. So
He is.
I like it on that. All right, guys, you are here with the inaugural perfect temperature. You are here for the inaugural episode of the Spooky Family Podcast, and we are so glad you're here with us. Yes, I am Elliot Spooky, and to my right is my beautiful wife. I'll let her introduce herself.
Gertie, Spooky.
Gertie. And to my left is our wonderful half-man, half-animal brother-in-law.
Ooh.
I am the legal beagle.
He's like Teen
Spooky.
Wolf, kind of.
Yeah.
Like
I wish I was half as cool
half as cool as Teen Wolf.
as Teen Wolf.
That's just the basketball scene.
No, that's a robot. Never mind. Anyway, guys, we've completely lost the script. This is not how we should have started the first episode, but it is how we have started the first episode.
It's in the books.
It is in the books. So, what are y'all into? Like, we've got a lot of new listeners, I hope. People who don't know us from Here to Chew Bubblegum. That is our sister
What?
podcast. Yeah, what's up, Goose? What's up, Cronkite?
Gotta
What's
give a
up,
shout
Ned?
out to the boys.
That's right. And, we're a part of a bigger, network of podcasts now. There's all kinds of podcasts here in the deep, dark hills of eastern Kentucky that, we're trying to branch out a little bit. We've got Talk Junkie with our buddy Justin Perkins over in Knott County. He's doing a fantastic job. And, I don't know, there's a couple more.
Yeah. I mean, there's some, hopefully, that we're going to pull into it.
But we are looking for emails. If you want to email us, please do so. It's Elliot at spookyfamilypodcast.com.
Gertie at spookyfamilypodcast.com.
And Legal Beagle.
Nope.
It's not Legal Beagle.
It's just Beagle.
Just Beagle.
It's just Beagle. They couldn't get legal.
It's
No.
not formal.
Nope.
No formality to it.
Then it'll be.
We were sued by...
Did I sue myself?
You did.
Harvey
You did.
Birdman, attorney at law.
Then get at me at Beagle
Yep.
at Spooky Family
Podcast.com. That's right.
Great. Good job.
So yeah,
No.
fantastic job. So listen, we wanted to start out with something that was near and dear to us. You know, we like ghost stories. We're all about ghost stories, but there's plenty of time for ghost stories.
Well, we will get there.
We will get there.
Pump the brakes.
Yes. But here's the thing. So our next big topic was, well, maybe we should do, I don't know, creepypasta. We'll get there.
We will get there.
It's coming, I promise.
Guys, easy.
Scary anime.
I'm not excited by that.
mean-
I mean, I know Beagle is.
Oh.
I'm only excited to hear how you all,
Our befuddlement
yes, interpret it
at the plot
and-
lines that you're going to
Yeah,
try to
because
explain.
they are out there.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to, but I'm sitting in a room right now, folks, and there are posters of what I'm assuming are anime, and they all look insane. They're very scary. And we'll talk about those on a new segment that will debut in a couple of weeks. But, you know, we've got some guests lined up that we want to bring in, but we didn't feel like the first episode was a guest episode. We want you all to get to know us. Guys, make sure if you want to email us, Elliot at spookyfamilypodcast.com.
Gertie at spookyfamilypodcast.com.
And Beagle at spookyfamilypodcast.com.
Yes, and if you want to text us, call us, and leave a message or any of that good stuff, you can do that at area code 276-299-1681. We want to hear from you. Please give us all of the information that you can. If you know anything about these missing four, if you have a theory about what's happening, send it to us.
Let us know.
Yeah, we definitely want to read that. We probably won't read any emails until around our third or fourth episode. We're not, you know, we don't want to rush anybody. We want to get this out there. Please share our podcast with people. Guys, we will see you all in about a week's time. You can listen to us every Thursday on Spotify, on iTunes, on any place where you listen to podcasts.
Quality podcast.
Quality podcast, not just any old podcast. Quality podcast.
Anywhere you get that ear candy at.
That's right. Guys, watch out for Bigfoot. Watch out for aliens. Watch out for crazy, feral, cannibal people living inside the woods.
And the
forest.
Fae. And the Fae.
forest. And the Fae. Oh, well, yeah, we need to talk about them. But-
Yeah.
all right, guys. This is Elliot for the Spooky Family Podcast. Stay vigilant. Elliot and the family out.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
Greetings.
We come in peace.
The City of Coal Run Village Mayor Andrew Scott and City Commissioners Beverly Joe Osborne, Big Joe Atkins, Trey Eskins, and Mike Steele encourage you to shop local.
With over 200 businesses, the City of Coal Run Village offers games, restaurants, gas, auto parts, cars, and much more.
You'll find all of this and more in the City of Coal Run Village. Shop local and shop often.
When you want fresh, authentic Mexican food, you want El Picante in Coal Run. Dine on sizzling hot fajitas, the freshest pico de gallo, or if you're craving their secret ingredient jalapeno dip, the only place you'll find it is El Picante. Look, there are Mexican restaurants on every corner. The difference is in the mouth-watering food and the great service you'll get at El Picante in Coal Run. Visit El Picante for lunch today.
Are you a horror movie fan? Yeah, I dig horror movies. Are you searching for a great internet horror talk radio show to listen to? Why, sure, that sounds quite spiffy. Then you need to tune into deadpit.com. It's the original horror talk radio show. Dead Pit is a show by the fans and for the fans. Uncensored and unbiased opinions are the goal of the show, giving fans honest reviews on new films and vintage classics of the horror genre. Make deadpit.com your #1 horror station destination.
Hey everyone, this is Goose from Here to Chew Bubblegum. I want to tell you about my friend T-Shirt Joe at FastCustomShirts.com. T-Shirt Joe is your go-to guy for all your custom work. Also, you can check out their website and find artist originals, college shirts, comics, famous folk, fetish, military, movie shirts, occupations, podcast and website shirts, plus he has face masks and many other items over at FastCustomShirts.com. While there at their website, you can sign up for their newsletter. or you can give Joe a call at area code 361-814-9212. That's 361-814-9212 to contact my friend T-Shirt Joe at fastcustomshirts.com.
I should have listened when I don't know what to say. I'm captured by your heart, captured by your spell, captured by the feeling that I know so very well. Oh, could it be what I feel inside's my heart just breaking? Could it be the distant sound of love? 'Cause I'm captured by the words, captured by the truth, captured by the memory of the night alone with you. Here I am, the one who's always been there for you. Here I am, waiting for my chance to show you. If you want me, you want me. If you need me tonight, if there's something out there in your life, if you're lonely, girl, I'm feeling it too. If you want me, you know what to do. If I say it enough, would you start to believe? If I offer my heart, are you ready to receive? No, I can't wait another day. I give my love, is that enough to make you stay? Sometimes it just won't seem enough. I've waited so long for your love. Please don't turn away. No, baby, it just don't seem enough. I can't wait another day. I close my eyes and you just fade away. If you want me, you want me. If you need me tonight, if there's something out there in your life, if you're lonely, girl, I'm feeling it too. If you want me, you know what to do. If you're lonely tonight, if there's something out there in your life, oh baby, you know what to do. Oh, if you want me.
Recorded from a secret location in the city that moves mountains.
Greetings.
We come in peace.
Hello, everyone. I'm Goose.
And I'm Cronkite.
We want to invite everyone to listen to our show.
You can hear Here to Chew Bubblegum on iTunes, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Google Podcast, and many other platforms.
We talk about UFOs, time travel,
other dimensions, paranormal, and other strange topics.
Be sure to tune in to Here to Chew Bubblegum.
Check out our website for more information, heretochewbubblegum.com.
You can always call, text, or leave a voicemail for Here to Chew Bubblegum. 606-373-3396. You can also send an email to goose@heretochewbubblegum.com or cronkite@heretochewbubblegum.com.
And welcome back. Very exciting clip from the Spooky Family Podcast. Big congratulations to Elliot, Gertie, and Beagle on that. So looking forward to that. Can't wait. And just an amazing, amazing, amazing show. I'm very lucky and blessed to know them. Plus, you know, I got a sneak peek at the first episode, and it is amazing.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, I have no doubt that that episode was going to be awesome anyway, because they're pretty good. They're pretty good at what they do.
Oh, they're very good at what they do. Plus, they're a lot smarter than we are.
Yeah, they are.
So
makes me sad. Yeah, they are.
Oh, we're going to talk about some patents that changed the world.
Alrighty.
Some of this I knew, some of this I didn't. The first one I'm going to talk about is the iPhone. The patent name was the electronic device. The patent for the signature device of the 21st century tells you almost nothing about it. In its entirety, Apple's patent for the original iPhone simply listed electronic device. Although the iPhone was not the first smartphone or the first phone to connect to the internet, the basic design has successfully transformed the look and function of a device that many people use every day. More than a handheld computer, more than a telephone, the iPhone and subsequent improvements on electronic device have come to influence how humans communicate, navigate, and even think. How many, just off the top of your head, how many hours a day do you find yourself on your iPhone?
I can tell you exactly. It has a...
Oh, yeah. So, but just off the top of your head, what do you think?
Maybe an hour and a half a day.
Really?
Yeah.
All right, now look it up and let's see what it actually
Here's
is.
the thing.
Cronkite guessed an hour and a half. Now he's going to look up and see exactly what his total screen time is. And I'm going to guess that he would be off on that calculation. It would be more than an hour and a half. So, Cronkite, what is the total spent on your iPhone on a daily basis? I bet it's more than an hour and a half.
Daily average is 0 minutes.
0 minutes? You just reset that.
I swear I didn't.
So basically, you don't use yours at all.
If I could set my phone down and not deal with it every day, I would.
Well, what do you use your phone for mostly?
YouTube.
Do you have the YouTube app?
I do.
The YouTube Red, where you don't have to watch the commercials?
I don't.
It's like $12 a month. It's actually pretty good. I got that before the Cobra Kai show, and then when they took it off YouTube Red and put it on Netflix, I still kept it because I can pull up a YouTube video and lay my phone down or go to a different app and it still keeps playing. So
yeah, I use mine mainly for YouTube. If I don't know how to do something, I look up the DIY stuff, and then also possibly sometimes it's for email. I do a lot of email. So I mean, yeah, probably an hour and a half a day is probably what I use it for.
Okay,
but you think most of my work is behind the steering wheel, forklifts and such.
Right. Yeah. So, you got to move those cookies.
Yeah.
And here's a reminder: you do have your retest on your forklift operation certificate coming up at the end of the month.
I can drive anything. I'm a better driver than most.
That's what she said.
I know I'm better than you.
No, you're not.
Oh my God, yeah.
We can race forklifts, golf carts, mine buggies, whatever you want to race. You set it up, I'll be there.
Racing is not does not make you a better driver.
Well, what makes you a better driver?
And plus, you have a weight advantage.
How do I have a weight advantage?
I weigh you by 100 pounds easily.
So, what are we going to be riding, horses?
If I get on, let's do a golf cart race where it's got 8 horsepower and
Go ahead and tell us about your next patent.
I was trying to find actually how much time I've spent on this phone because that's bugged me now.
I thought you told us.
Yeah, but still, yeah. Why is it showing 0?
I don't know.
It's very weird. Okay, anyway. So mine is a 3D printer. Its patent name was Apparatus for Production of Three-Dimensional Objects by Stereolithography. That's why you gave me that one.
No, not at all.
Issued in 1986, the patent for 3D printer was ahead of its time. The document outlines the basic technology used by most 3D printers. A moving platform takes inputs from a computer and positions the base under a nozzle. Liquid resin then from the nozzle forms the object layer by layer, which is solidified by UV light. As computing technology advanced, the true value of 3D printing became apparent. With metal printing methods such as laser metal sintering, manufacturers are now able to 3D print ambitious constructions such as bridges and rocket engines. I don't want to be on a bridge that's been 3D printed.
Why?
What do you
They
mean,
built houses
why?
out of them. Now, you know what I found fascinating about that is that was patented in 1986.
Yes.
And it didn't you didn't go mainstream until what, like maybe 10 years ago?
Oh, yeah.
Even locally, the last 3 to 5 years.
I guess they had to get the cost down, though.
So, yeah, but you really wouldn't go on a 3D printed bridge.
No.
Why?
What do you mean, why? Why do you always ask that?
Because you outweigh me, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Race go-karts. No, I've seen a vehicle that you wrecked.
No, you've not.
Yeah.
I've never wrecked a vehicle.
Goose.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
All I'm saying is there's a cookie factory vehicle.
No.
With the bumper bent under.
I have no clue what you're talking about.
Bumper bent under.
That was not me.
That was previous.
I'm going to talk about the motorized exoskeleton. The patent name was Lumotion Assisting Device and Method. The exoskeleton has a long history dating back to the apparatus for facilitating work invented by Nicholas Yagan in 1890. The underpowered exoskeleton used compressed gas to store energy and help with movements. In the 1960s, the U.S. military watched a powered exoskeleton project called Hardyman. Did you know about that? Developed by General Electric. The large mechanical suit was designed to amplify the strength of a soldier so he could lift 15,000 pounds, but the exoskeleton suffered from violent and uncontrolled movements when at full power and was never tested with a human inside. The technology continued to improve, and a variety of companies have invested in exoskeleton suits designed to help people with various levels of paralysis or to assist workers on a job site. Rewalk, which holds a 2014 patent for a powered exoskeleton suit, builds an exoskeleton used in rehab centers that allows people with lower paralysis to be able to learn to sit, stand, walk, and even climb stairs. Now, that's something that I think has definitely benefited mankind, you know, and it gets better and better. Seems like with each passing year.
I agree.
You know, if you take somebody with paralysis and they can have the ability to walk because of that, that is awesome. You know, that company's really doing something to benefit mankind and the world.
Just imagine when Neuralink becomes a thing and they have robotic limbs that operate just the same as yours.
Yeah, but all right. How long do you think that technology is going to be before it comes to light and like is massively used?
How long do you think it's been since it's been out there? And then if we're just now learning about it, it's been around for 20 years.
You're talking about Elon Musk stuff where he put the microchip in the pig's head.
Yeah. I mean, if we're just now learning about it, it's been around for a while.
Maybe. I don't think I would do that though.
I mean, I don't think anyone with all of their limbs would do that. But if you you lost your legs, or you lost your arm or whatever, I mean, it'd be an amazing thing.
Well, yes, it would. I totally agree with you.
A very good thing. And you really wouldn't do the Neuralink thing?
I don't think so. I mean, if I had all my limbs and stuff, I really don't think that I would.
But I mean,
all right.
Even other aspects of it.
What benefit would it have with somebody that doesn't have a disability and so forth? I mean,
you can. You
I
wouldn't
know
have to
you
lug-
can lift more.
you
you
wouldn't
know.
have to lug around your phone all the time
Why?
because you would have it would be in your head.
Okay.
And who knows, man? Maybe you could like project your screen in your eyeballs.
Yeah, but
and then you could communicate without actually talking to each other. And then you could shop on Amazon without actually having to do anything. It's like, I want a bucket of chicken.
yeah, but I mean, you get people nowadays that are walking around with their cell phones that bump into stuff.
Yeah.
Just imagine watching something in front of your eyes. Wouldn't you bump into stuff?
Maybe. I mean, if it wasn't, I mean, they have heads-up displays that they don't take up the whole screen. They're kind of see-through.
Yeah, but you would be more interested in what you were watching virtually in front of you than where you were walking or driving or paying attention.
Still has to be safer than people with their head down walking out in front of people and bumping into stuff.
Yeah, I give you that, but at some point there has to be some kind of safety thing there.
Sure.
So maybe we can invent the safety thing for the Neuralink.
Okay.
If there's not one.
I don't know. I'm excited to see what Neuralink does. I'm excited to see what the benefits are for people who don't have
Right.
any disabilities.
Well, yeah, and I'm right behind you. I actually think that that's a good comment, and I actually agree with you. Now, for the people that don't have disabilities that just want it to be like, hey, look at me, look at this antenna sticking out of my head.
Well, no, that's what I mean. It's like I know, like for people with disabilities, this is a great thing. But what I'm saying, I'm excited to learn what the advantages of Neuralink would be for people without disabilities.
Now, are there actually going to be antennas sticking out of people's heads?
No. What's wrong with you?
Okay. Well, Neuralink, I mean, what?
I mean, you're a fool.
No.
You're a fool.
No.
It's. You remember the article that I did? So
yes.
It's just an implant at the base of your skull or on the outside of your skull, and it interacts with your brain with the electrical signals that your brain produce.
Right.
Which basically just allows you to move your arms or whatever. But that's not where it's going to stop. I mean, you're going to be able to communicate with each other without speaking or over Wi-Fi or anything like that. I mean, it's going to be amazing. It's going to be amazing, Goose.
Well, yeah.
All right, so my next one is the bionic eye. Its patent name was retinal prosthesis, and method of manufacturing a retinal prosthesis. Prosthesis.
Sounds close enough.
I'll get it there. I swear, I'm not stupid, y'all. I know how to say words. I just they catch me off guard sometimes.
Well, some of them, when I get talking fast, I'm the exact same way because I get so excited about what I'm saying,
Yeah. So the first attempt to restore sight to the blind was in 1968 when doctors G.S. Brindley and W.S. Lewin surgically implanted a device in a 52-year-old patient. The electronic device was not implanted in the patient's eye, but rather on the optical lobe of his brain. By stimulating the neurons of the brain, the doctors caused the patient to see spots of light in half his field of vision. Today, with much smaller electronics, sight-restoring devices can be implanted directly into the retina. As described in this 2013 patent, a camera often mounted on sunglasses has been used to take in data about the surrounding area and send a signal to a retinal implant, which then stimulates photoreceptors in the eye. Completely blind patients have been able to use the technology to restore partial sight, including the ability to see shapes and light. As electrodes continue to shrink, allowing more specific photoreceptors to be stimulated, the technology is only set to get better.
No, that one is one I think will benefit the world as well.
Definitely. Definitely. Have you seen the videos where there's some kind of glasses where people who are colorblind, they've never seen color?
Yeah.
And they put them on.
I've saw the videos.
Yeah.
I don't know a lot about it, but I have saw those.
Those are pretty neat.
Yes, they are. And we've talked before. I think I told you that Sony had a patent on the contact lens that was a recorder.
Yeah.
And they've had the patent for a while, and they've been working on it. And from the last time I read on it, it's supposed to come out, I think, in 2025. And what you can do, you can put this contact lens in, and you do a series of blinks, and it will actually start recording. You can actually, play it back and download, and that is pretty neat right there.
Yeah, that is cool. So it's a recording device.
Yes, it's a contact lens, and I've actually saw a picture of it.
I want one.
You know, and it's really cool looking. It really is.
I want one.
And I think it stores at least 1 gigabyte. So you're talking about that's a lot of information.
Anyone from Sony who has that technology,
maybe 1 terabyte.
Anyone from Sony has that technology and they want to try it out, I volunteer. My name is Cronkite at heretchewbubblegum.com. I would love to try it out. That sounds cool.
I can't remember if it was gigabyte or terabyte, but it was one of those, and that was that they started like researching that I think around 2014, 2015. So that's awesome. Something that they were supposed to, put out within the next 10 years. And the last time I looked it up a few months ago, I think COVID had pushed it back because some of their researchers had, they couldn't do work for home on that stuff. Obviously, it had to be in a laboratory controlled environment, so that pushed a delay in it and so forth.
That's pretty cool.
But tell us again about the Pikeville Comic and Toy Con coming up July 31st.
On July 31st.
At the Appalachia Wireless Arena.
Why don't you just go ahead and finish up?
Go ahead, my friend.
Pikeville Comic and Toy Con up July 31st. That's a Saturday at Appalachia Wireless Arena. We are going to be there. We're going to be recording some shows. We're going to be walking around, talking to some folks. You can reach out to, or you can get some more information at PikevilleComicCon.net. They also have a Facebook page, or you can contact the eStore Comic and Tech Shop on Facebook, or call 606-263-4946.
Thank you very much, my friend Cronkite. That'll do it for this week. Special thanks to Carlin for all the voiceover work, CK Uncle Bill and the rest of the gang over at deadpit.com. Justin Perkins of Talk Junkie. Be sure to check out Down on the Holler with Jordan and Brad. Seth's Daily Podcast. Also, don't forget about the Spooky Family Podcast debuting on July 1st. For more information, be sure to visit spookyfamilypodcast.com. Again, that'll do it for this week. We'll see you next week, and until then, so long for now.
I'll make this right again.
listening to Here to Chew Bubblegum. Tune in next time as we dive deeper into things the government doesn't want us to know.